Courtney, I think you mentioned the costumes to me. Did you? I feel like you mentioned them to me in an email.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I've been like waiting to say. Costumes.
Yes, we want you to share your thoughts on these costumes.
I'll only mention it briefly since we're going to talk about the article, but it just briefly mentions how they wanted to go just bigger and fantastical with the costumes. I think they're really awesome. I think they're fitting much more to what's called for the film. Futuristic and stylish. I love everything, even down to Gail's fingerless gloves. But everyone looks super fabulous, even when they're District 12 clothes. They're still like cute and realistic. There's nothing I am like opposed to. I'm actually most excited about the Peacekeeper uniforms. They're so cool. But that's all. That's all I have to say.
No, the Peacekeeper uniforms are fantastic. I really love them. I love Katniss's dress in this picture. I love Peeta's suit. They definitely do, I think, look more futuristic than the costumes in the first film. And I think it's important to talk about the costumes because we do have a different costume designer this go around. And I have forgotten her name. Trish Summer. Is it Somerville or Summerfield?
Somerville?
Somerville.
Somerville.
Okay, it's Somerville. Okay. That woman is awesome. Any other thoughts about this image of Katniss and Peeta on the Victory Tour?
I just want to say I also love the costume.
Oh, the costume?
Love it. I really love it. I think, and I did really enjoy the costumes in the first film, but these, at least in these stills, I think these are superior to what we saw in the first film. Because the first film, they were definitely artistic and I enjoyed them, but these are just so striking. I don't even know what it is. I don't have enough fashion know-how to understand why they're striking, but I look at them and I'm thinking I'm looking at some of the coolest outfits I've ever seen in my life. Like, they should make this on Project Runway, is how cool it looks to me. Anyway.
It gives me great hope for the Mockingjay dress. And, you know, that was one of the parts that I was really, we talk about Hunger Games not being nominated for Academy Awards, and I think, you know, a lot of people were hoping for costume design, but Katniss's interview dress from the first film was just, you know, in the words of Michael Kors, if we're going from Project Runway, it was a little underwhelming. That it looked like, you know, something you could walk into Deb and pick up off the rack and add some crystals, and then we've got Katniss's, you know, big interview dress. So these give me hope that, you know, when we get to her second interview dress, we're going to be seeing some magic on screen. Not that the costumes in the first movie were bad. I don't think they got pushed as far as I would have liked, and as far as what's in the book.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah, so do I.
The other thing, too, is like, this time around, I really hope that they don't show any of it until the movie. I mean, I know not everybody's going to feel like that, but I kind of didn't like that they showed us her Girl on Fire dress in the promos last time. I kind of wanted to be surprised in the movie. I don't know if any of you feel that, too.
Maybe they didn't think it was a big deal because the dress was so underwhelming, as Shylah said. I mean, and like, that would not have been big.
They didn't show the show-stopping piece, which was the CGI fire, which I guess was supposed to be the big reveal, but wasn't as dynamic on screen. You know, they didn't need that. They needed that beautiful dress described in the book, not a rehash of the fire effect from the chariot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a great movie.
Those are good points.
A lot of people were wondering what district they are in this image. I feel like that's impossible to say. I mean,
I definitely think it's 11.
Just because of the look on her face?
Yeah, and that she's looking down at someone in the audience. I don't think any of the other...
What about the numbers behind? Is that 74?
I think it's 74.
It's 74, yeah.
I doubt the other districts are going to get as much screen time as 11.
Yeah, you're right. I think that they'll at least have 11 be an actual scene, a full scene. So You guys are probably right. Any other comments about this? Last comments? I want to point out that the microphone that they are speaking into is pretty much the exact same microphone that we have in our Hunger Games Fireside Chat logo. So, yeah, just, throwing that out there. So let's move on to Prim and Mrs. Everdeen. I was really excited about this image. I love Willow Shields. I think she is the perfect Prim. And we can already see Prim/Willow growing up, I think, in this picture. Adam, what are some of your thoughts about this image of Prim and Mrs. Everdeen?
Yeah, Prim is looking a little older to me. Maybe too much a little older, although that was just an inevitable thing that is going to happen when you don't shoot a movie exactly on schedule. You have actors who are not even the exact ages to begin with in some cases, although not as badly with her. But I don't know, she doesn't... Then again, I guess some girls do grow to be taller when they're 13, so it's not a crazy idea, but she looks more like 15 to me when I look at that photo. And
Adam, if you go back to Catching Fire, it actually says in one of the chapters that, like, Katniss is talking about Prim, and she describes her as being almost as tall as her, and just marveling at how much she's grown in the 6 months since the reaping. So Willow being tall is actually accurate to the book because Katniss describes her as having gone through a really big growth spurt.
Well, that sound you just heard was me just getting completely told by Crystal. Point taken. All right, listen to what Crystal said. Willow Shields looks great for the role. All right, next. No, Savanna. I do actually, I think, well, first of all, congratulations on getting me on that. But secondly, seeing Candace's mother there, I'm glad to see her back, but I don't know. She's just a character that I've never really liked all that much. And the first movie didn't improve that image for me. And so I just kind of, when I see her mother, I think of, it doesn't get my juices flowing the way that some of these other stills do. At the same time, though, I am happy and looking forward to her doing something useful, at least from the medicinal side of things. And, maybe I'll start to like her a lot more in this film. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I see her standing there and I see Prim, great, a true Everdeen, the future of what District 12 should be, and then I see it on her, next to her, someone who abandoned the family. But I try to keep those thoughts out of my head.
Well, she's trying. She's doing a lot better, so.
Yeah. No, definitely, especially in this book.
And in a recent interview that just, I think, popped online today with Paula Malcolmson, who plays Mrs. Everdeen, she explained that she had developed a pretty extensive backstory for Mrs. Everdeen, and she even gave her a name. And, okay, if I'm wrong, just tell me. I'm like 99% sure I'm right. But it's Clara, right, is the name she came up with?
Yes.
Clara? Okay. Clara. So we can call her Clara if we want to, I guess.
I think that's so, cool because Clara Barton was the founder of the Red Cross. And Mrs. Everdeen is kind of like the District 12 Red Cross. So I thought that was kind of a neat. And I don't know if that's her line of thought, but I thought that was kind of a neat tie-in.
Courtney, you've talked a lot about the costumes. How do you feel about these District 12 looks?
I really like it because it's, they've moved up. They're living in Victor's Village, so they can't afford to have nicer clothes, but it still fits, the tones of District 12. And I love how everything's, like wool or knit or just the materials they use, I think are really great.
Yeah, I love especially, just what they put together for Prim, just like the mixture of textures and patterns and stuff, and colors. Really like it. I cannot wait to see their Victor's Village house. Okay, any last final comments on this still?
I really like the look on her mom's face. It's like a hopeful kind of look.
Yeah.
I think in this still she's looking at Katniss getting dressed up in the wedding dresses for the fashion thing. So, that's like something every mom wants to see, is their daughter in a wedding dress. So, that's just why I look at that look on her face, and I think that that's what the scene is. And I love that look because it just gives her hope, you know, and it just makes you sad considering what's going to happen after this. And like even the look on Prim's, I mean, even just the look on Prim's face, she just looks like that, oh my God, my big sister is so pretty kind of thing. You know, I love that. I mean, because that's how Prim seems to be, you know. She's always saying like, oh, you're so pretty, I wish I was beautiful like you kind of thing. So I think she captured that in just like one look in this picture. So.
I hate you right now because you just started making me think about Mockingjay and everything that happens, and I think we just need to move on from this picture.